One of the most powerful aspects of Assistant is how it's deeply integrated into Inbox. And I think this is especially true for an organization that's relatively new to Consul and hasn't built out a ton of automation yet. And we'll see why as we go through this example. So in this case, Robbie Chen is just asking for some information about the Okta groups and apps that they're assigned, and they're making sure that they have the right access given their role on the sales team. You can see at the bottom that Assistant's already identified what the request is and what actions we probably need to take to address it. So if I hit this, it'll take us to the plan. In this case, it's pretty simple. Just verify their current app assignments and check that they can access Salesforce. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit accept plan. What this is going to do is just take us to a live Assistant session. And this is pretty cool because now we have access to all of the capabilities that Assistant has. We're not limited to just, the pre-baked plan that we saw earlier or some predetermined set of actions. We can genuinely do anything that Assistant is capable of to help to address this issue, which is actually going to come in handy here because it looks like in this case, they're actually not in any of the Salesforce Okta groups. So let's go ahead and fix that. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, let's add him to that group. And this is an example of why this flexibility is really nice. We're not stuck just doing a predetermined set of actions. You can do anything the Assistant's capable of. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and add Robbie to the group that he probably should have been in the first place. So one thing that I really like about this feature while it's running is as it does stuff, it goes ahead and leaves these internal notes that let other people see what we've actually done. So other people can understand the actions that we've taken using Assistant. The other thing that is really neat about this integration is enables this automation flywheel. So earlier I was talking about how this functionality is really useful for organizations that are kind of new on their automation journey. And this is kind of what I was getting at. So what I'm going to do is now just make a playbook that automates this exact same workflow that we just did with Assistant so that the next time someone asks a similar question, I don't have to go in and do this by hand. So it's just asking me a couple basic planning questions. I'm going to keep it pretty simple since this is just a demo and hit submit. And it's going to show me the plan that it came up with. Makes sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit build. And this is like the neatest thing about this whole flow is I have a request come in, Assistant helps me figure out what's wrong, it helps me take whatever actions I need to take to address it, and then it helps me go the extra mile and build this out into a repeatable workflow so I don't have to do the same flow ever again. Consul just automates that for me. So in this case, the plan looks good. I'm just going to go ahead and hit publish changes. Okay, cool. Let's just verify that the playbook we built is actually working. So I'll just say, can you check my Salesforce access? And what this should do is now, before, this would have been a thing that got routed to Inbox, and then we could fix it with Assistant. And now, because of the automation we built using Assistant, this should be fully automated with a playbook. You can see right now it's looking up our Salesforce group membership, and it should just give me the information I need. Perfect, yeah, so it's letting me know that I am in the Salesforce viewers Okta group. And if we go back to Consul, we can see here's the request I just submitted, and we can see that, yes, it got routed to the playbook that we just built with Assistant.